Welcome to the Collector Cave. Today we're going to review Hot Toys 1/4 scale collectible figure of Grogu, or the child. I don't collect quarter scale figures. And the reason why I have this guy is when I placed an order for a Hot Toys figure a few months ago, sometimes Sideshow on their checkout has deals. A lot of times it's a percentage off a certain figure or something. And I've never really paid much attention, but for whatever reason, this thing said free. And I thought to myself, who doesn't want a free Grogu, even if I don't collect quarter scale? So I looked to double check to make sure it said free, because it's like 175 bucks. And it said free, so I clicked the box, and sure enough, he showed up with my Hot Toys figure I had gotten. I think it was Miles Morales, the Bodega figure. And I haven't really messed with this guy yet. He's kind of been in the box since. I don't know if I'll keep it. I mean, it's a free Grogu, so that's always a cool thing. But looking at the box art, pretty much like your Hot Toys box, it's kind of going above our cave here because it's 1/6 scale, or quarter scale, I should say. But anyway, Grogu, now on the website, it says the child. So I don't know if this is maybe like a second run of this figure, because now it does say Grogu. I think this thing came out before we knew his name. But it's got a cool little picture here. And this is actually three-dimensional. This rises off of the back of the box. And even Grogu is also popped out further. So it's kind of a really cool look for the box. And then down here you have the quarter scale button, which is also three-dimensional and pops off the front edge of the box, as you can kind of see here. The dimensional thing here. It's pretty neat. A pretty cool box. The rest of it looks like your traditional Hot Toys box for Star Wars with the black and gray. And on the back you have, some of the information about the figure. I think, who worked on it. And then of course, your UPC. So let's get this guy opened up and take a look at him. Okay, so once you pull the slip cover off, you're greeted to the figure and the package. As you can see here, here's Grogu. I think he's about 3.5 inches tall. And then he has a second head sculpt, and the ears change out. They're not magnetic, they're just, they just fit in. And then he's got some extra hands. He does come with his little necklace, and then the shifter knob from the Razor Crest. So that's pretty cool. And then a little stand here, and he comes with a base, and then also the pram. I think it's called the pram, the little baby buggy, whatever that thing's called, and then a little slip cover thing of Grogu. So let's get all this stuff out and take a look at it in detail. Okay, so Grogu comes with some directions, pretty basic stuff. It shows, his joints. He does have double elbow articulation, which is pretty nice. Legs go 90, it kind of shows you all that. And then it shows you the pram and how to connect it to the base, along with the blanket that he comes with, how to bend his legs back to get him in the pram, and then how he looks when he's in there. And then he comes with something else. If you don't want to use the pram, that little ball, the number 2 picture there, is magnetic. And he's got a magnet in his back, and he'll stick to that base just like that, so he won't fall over in your display, which is kind of a cool thing. And there he is, kind of decked out with his mythosaur necklace. And then it shows you, some things to be careful for with the pram, blah, blah, blah. And then it shows you the head sculpts. There's the ball joint, pop in real easy. Just putting on the mythosaur necklace, pretty standard fair stuff. And then the different ears, the different looks you get for the ears on the face. So you can get some kind of emotion with him, and then interchangeable hands. So that's the directions. But here's the figure right here, and everything he comes with laid out. And I've got Grogu on the stand right now. Looks really good. You can't even tell that there's a magnet on his back right now. He's staying on there really nice. There's the second head sculpt, extra set of ears, and then 2 more sets of hands. The mythosaur necklace, which is pretty cool. And then the little shifter knob that in the Razor Crest that Mando gave him and kind of became a little toy for him. And then here is the taller flight stand for the pram. And then looking at the detail of the pram, it's really nice. It's hard plastic. Even inside, this material is not soft where Grogu would sit. This is all hard plastic. And then there's a cover that just simply pops on and off. And then a little cloth to put down like a blanket for Grogu. So let's go ahead and get him in some poses and check this thing out. Okay, so here's Grogu holding the shifter knob from the Razor Crest. And I believe this is the only hand that can actually hold the shifter knob. So all the other hands now, I thought maybe it was magnetic, but it's not. But this hand actually holds it really good. And there you can see the magnet on his back. He connects real good so he won't fall. So if you don't feel like using the pram, maybe you don't have Mando, the quarter scale Mando, and you're only gonna have this guy like I did for free. So you can just, if you wanna just use this as a look from the front, you can't even tell. So that's pretty cool that he has that shifter knob from the Razor Crest. Okay, here's Grogu doing a little force push, wearing the Mythosaur necklace. This necklace has been in the package so long that it was wound up and it's not wanting to lay right. So, it might take time for it to straighten out. But that's the other head sculpt as well that I put on. I haven't changed the ears out yet, but this is a pretty cool look. And also the bottom of his little clothing, this is also wired around the whole thing on the bottom is wired. I don't know necessarily why you'd need to, have it moving, but it is wired, so you can manipulate that if you need. But it's a pretty cool look. We just look at Yoda, or baby, I call him Yoda, baby Grogu here real quick as a close-up. Zoom back a little bit here. They've done a good job with the work. You can kind of see where there's lines where the ears change out. That's kind of unavoidable since they want to have the changeable ears. So let's go ahead and change the ears out and see what he looks like. So here's Grogu with his ears up, almost like he's looking up, asking Mando for some food or something like that. And as you can see his little toes there, his feet. The nails are fully painted. If you lift this little thing up, you can see his feet underneath there. So he's fully articulated. He's articulated pretty well, as the direction showed. 90 degree or double jointed elbows, and so he can articulate pretty well. And his eyes, the black gloss on the eyes are really good. His eyes are really glossy, so whatever paint they use, the high gloss paint, look good. And there's the ears changed out. There's not a whole lot to say about this figure. It's done really well. It's a quarter scale, but let me get him in the pram and see how he looks there. So here is Grogu in the pram, and you've got to bend his legs back to get him to sit in here. If you have the Hot Toys 1/6 scale version, it's actually a little piece that pops in and out with a magnet, like half a Grogu figure. But this one, they don't give you that. You actually have to bend his legs back, but it works out pretty good. I've got that blanket in there. You can't really see it. But just for a look like this, that's a pretty cool look. I changed the head sculpt out again and put those ears there on this one to show this side as well. So the pram is really big. It's quarter scale, so it's bigger than what you're used to. But that's him in the pram. Let me go ahead and now do some size comparisons. Okay, so you see the 1/6 scale Grogu to the right here. That comes with the Mandalorian deluxe pack. And you can see the difference here in the size. It's evident. If we zoom in on the little Grogu here, as you can see here, if you pull him off, it's magnetized, and it's just, if I can get this off, it's just half a body. But they didn't do that with the quarter scale one. You get a full body and that's it. Whereas this one came with a little figure and then the one that's the half body there. But you can see the scale difference in these figures here and the size difference between the quarter scale and the 1/6 scale. And here is the other 1/6 scale Grogu that comes with the Mando 2-pack, the deluxe set. So you can see the difference in height there, between a 1/4 inch and a 1/6 scale. If I bring in this Mando figure though, I know this Mando didn't come with a Grogu, but here you can kind of see how they line up with Mando. A lot of people were saying the quarter scale actually lines up better to what the 6 scale figures are. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think This one may be a little too small, but I think this one might be a little too big to match in the 1/6 scale figure. But tell me your thoughts. What do you think? If I put him up here, let's see if we can get him up here, maybe behind Mando like he's being protected. I guess honestly, it's not too bad. He's still up to his knee, which I think is accurate, if I'm not mistaken. So seeing him like this isn't too bad. If I do keep this quarter scale figure, I may actually pose him with Mando like this. It actually looks pretty good. Let's put this 6 scale figure here and see what it looks like now. So there's a 6 scale feel. Boy, he sure is little, isn't he? He sure is tiny. I mean, he barely comes up to halfway up Mando's shin. So what do you guys think? Do you think the 6 scale figure that came with the Mandalorian set looks better, or do you think this quarter scale fits in better? I'm not sure now. I think this quarter scale looks really cool with this 1/6 scale figure. Anyway, you know, I don't know that I'm going to be collecting any more quarter scale figures. This will probably be the only review you see on this channel for quarter scale Hot Toys figures, but it was free. How can you say no to a free figure? So cool on Sideshow to offer that for free. I'm not sure why I got it, if I was randomly selected or I spent so much money this year on Sideshow or last year on Sideshow. Let me know if you guys got this figure for free, or if you have it, or what you feel about quarter scale versus 6 scale Hot Toy figures. I know there's people that really love the quarter scale stuff. Some of those Iron Man figures are awesome. It's just it's for the size, it's too big for what I collect, and of course you get a whole new level of pricing there as well. So anyway, this has been a review of the quarter scale Grogu figure by Hot Toys.